I've purchased some of the top selling NMNH supplements on Amazon, and I've sent them in to an independent laboratory for testing to see whether there is any NMNH in them. The laboratory used HPLC method, a very accurate method, and in this video I'll take you through what the results of those are. I also tested my supplement at that laboratory, and I'll share the results for our supplement. Now, why did I decide to test NMNH? Well, the reason I decided to test NMNH is because I believe it may be the most faked supplement on Amazon right now. Why is this? Well, one, Amazon incentivizes fraudulent supplement companies, which I'll get into later in this video, but it's a newer supplement where the raw material costs are very high. Amazon incentivizes cheaper supplements, which is what fraudulent fake supplements are able to do, is sell cheaper because they're not real. And the next thing is they're able to purchase reviews, giving out free supplements and other methods. So they're able to spend extra money on that, and Amazon rewards positive customer reviews or rate of customer reviews that also end up being positive. So they're able to offer you a free bottle, and chances are you leave a 5-star review after, for example. That's one of the many strategies that they use. I tested the number 1, 3, 4, and 5 ranked supplement at the time of purchase. I skipped number 2 because it's a UthPeak NMNH product sold by Doublewood, so I believe it's legitimate. We also sell UthPeak NMNH here at Lab Tested Supplements. You could always scan with your phone the QR code on the front of the bottle and get your third-party COA. I believe right now in the US we are selling UthPeak NMNH at the lowest price out of anyone. At this current time, if you want to buy NMNH, I would not recommend buying anything outside of UthPeak NMNH. The reason being fraud and also stability. So if you've been following NAD boosters for a while, you would know early on with NMN, it needed to be refrigerated, and later on it became extremely shelf stable. With NMNH, the same thing. With NMNH, but with a later timeline, it's always had a stability issue needing to be refrigerated. Now, with UthPeak NMNH, it's shelf stable. Are there other NMNH products that are shelf stable? Possibly, not that I'm aware of. So my suggestion is to stick with UthPeak NMNH. You don't have to purchase from us. The only negative with UthPeak is that they do not have a list of authorized distributors on their website, so you probably still should be a little bit cautious purchasing from a legitimate supplement company. So what were the red flags that these 4 supplements had? All of them had the red flag of selling at a loss considering raw material costs. So my understanding of raw material costs, since I source raw materials, is that they would have to be selling at a loss. Some of them at an extremely significant loss. So it just didn't make mathematical sense to me. So I figured these are probably fraudulent. Next, 1, 2, and 4, the trademark owners are based out of China. This one was based out of Belarus. And there's some very, very interesting information about the owner of this trademark that I think you want to hear. Supplement industry is ripe with fraud, unfortunately. So I'll go through some of the other red flags. If you look up the address on the bottle for this company, you get farmland. So I doubt they're getting mail or have an office at this farmland. This address is a huge office building with no office number, so probably just picked a random office building. This one uses a virtual address. American companies use that also, but it increases the possibility that it is in fact a foreign-owned company, which significantly increases the chance of fraud. And this one, the address on here is actually a Dollar Tree. So apparently this is run out of a Dollar Tree, or they receive mail from a Dollar Tree. I'm not sure. Very interesting stuff. Let's go through the laboratory results. These were all tested with HPLC method, and they all came back as ND, not detected. So no NMNH was detected. In fact, I received an email from the laboratory in which they told me, hey, we double tested all your samples. There's not a trace of NMNH in any of them. Okay? We also tested our product. It came back at 238.65 milligrams per serving. So about 4.5% under the label claim of 250. So not perfect. Now, another super interesting detail about this company here. The owner of the trademark, Advantage Nutra, his name is Ucessuyy. If you look up his name, the owner of Cata-Kor, previously known as Rues Research, which would be maybe the top seller of NAD boosters in the country, has the same name. And also, most of the employees of his company are also based out of Minsk, Belarus. So it's very likely it's the same individual, but I can't say for sure. So I would not think that this company, Rues Research, Cata-Kor, is fraudulent because it's just basic risk versus reward. He's probably the top seller. I haven't seen any independent testing data on their product, but when you're selling that much stuff, it's worth it to be legitimate. And it's also based in the US. So risk versus reward, it's most likely legitimate. But it seems like if it's the same individual, which I have no idea, he may have some fraud going on the side. Who knows? I don't know. Very interesting. Now, why do I say that Amazon incentivizes fraud? One, you could look at Now Supplements independent testing results of Amazon supplements from years ago, and I haven't seen any of them removed, even though a lot of them have been fraudulent. So Amazon obviously does not take proper steps to remove these companies. They don't care. Why don't they do that? I believe it's because the customer is more satisfied with a fraudulent product. So Amazon simply gives you what you, the consumer, want. You say you want a legitimate company, but like what they say is, do you really though? Because what we see is you like to buy the cheaper supplement with the better colors that gives you a free bottle on the side, and you seem much happier to us based on our data. Amazon will boost you if you lower your price, which incentivizes fraud, and Amazon will boost you if you have more satisfied customers. And one way to get more satisfied customers is saying, scan code for $50 right here on this Advantage Nutra. So, and then they're probably gonna try to solicit a review from you in this process. So Amazon reads that as a more satisfied customer, more 5-star reviews. Now, if you don't want to do any research and you want to carefree purchase supplements, go on a website like iHerb, and pretty much almost all those supplements are legitimate. The only thing you really need to look out for are naturally derived products such as the pea protein. Heavy metals testing. On the left hand side of your screen, you're going to have an option for I tested, and they'll have certificate of analysis results, typically from like Eurofins. So just do that. I would, even though our company lab tested supplements sells on our website and on Amazon, I never buy supplements from Amazon. One reason is because of fraud. Amazon does not do enough to keep counterfeiters off of people's listings. And number two is, I believe I've had supplements sit inside a dry van trailer waiting to get checked in for like a month. And here's like one good example of this. Let's look at Sports Research. I buy Sports Research fish oil at Costco. It's a great price. T-Tox levels are always under 10. There's various other things I like about it, but when you go through the pictures here of what people get, it's these soft gels sometimes are completely melted and morphed together. Now, that's not a hot day in the mail or 2 hot days in the mail. That's a long, extended period of time under extreme heat. So it looks like this is a common problem with them. So that's why Amazon is not the ideal location for supplements. The reason I share the name of the laboratory I use is because typically laboratories don't care if you share your own results, but if you share other companies' results, as they don't want to deal with any potential lawsuits. So I'll probably just avoid sharing their name for now. I'm not too worried about a lawsuit. These are fraudulent companies. It'd be an easy court case to win. If I were to get sued, the more likely thing is that they retaliate with attacking my listings on Amazon, reporting them, whatnot, possibly getting them pulled, setting negative reviews. That's a possibility. So I don't really care as long as I'm helping educate you guys and helping you purchase legitimate supplements, because I really hate all this fraud. This video was somewhat expensive to make due to testing. So if you are looking for NMNH or some other supplement, please do consider purchasing from us here at Lab Tested Supplements. We would really appreciate it if you like to hear, if you'd like us to test some other supplements or cover another category. Let me know in the comment section. If you appreciated this video, also let me know in the comment section. I'm happy I could help inform and educate you, and hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. I want to do a little bit of a little side note here at the end. I'm just thinking now, and how I'm not able to find any independent testing on Rues Research or Cata-Kor, the top selling NAD booster on the market. What is going on here that we can't find any independent testing data on the top selling supplement in a category? That's pretty wild. Most likely I'll probably have to test them myself. I'm sure they'll come back legitimate, because I feel like something would have to be very wrong with you as far as assessing risk versus reward in order to potentially ruin your top selling supplement. So I'm sure they'll come back fine, but I'll probably test them. Yeah, maybe the results won't be ideal. Who knows? And maybe I'll get sued, and maybe Lab Tested Supplements will go out of business. But if I'm able to help you guys, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't live my life trying to make money. I live my life trying to help people. So I think that's something I'll potentially do. I'll think about it a little bit more. And risk versus reward isn't really there for me, but that's fine. Yeah, a little side note there. Hope take care, and thanks for watching the video. Bye.